is doing it again. They're back, and we have some more massive news from Wuthering Waves. I have to say, they've been absolutely delivering on all fronts. There has been some bugs. A lot of people have been addressing on mobile that it feels very bad. Sometimes the PC client gets a little laggy, like when you're in game. And there are some minor issues. I haven't experienced anything too crazy past the first day. The first night was a little rough in terms of like there was lag. And like I knew it wasn't a problem on my computer. But other than that, and sometimes the ping might spike to like 999 and it goes crazy. And then the game kind of bugs out a little bit. Other than that, it's been pretty solid. Very great experience. We'll give a first impressions probably tomorrow. I'll record. But so because of these issues Wuthering Waves has been having, what did they post on Twitter? After yesterday's post, we have some news updates to share with you regarding our future plans for game improvements. We plan to make every type of story content skippable in future updates. That's a massive W, but that's not the big news yet. But that's a massive W. We'll go over the story in a moment, giving you more control over your gameplay. Most of the story content will become skippable in an upcoming update. The companion story for Resident Evil Yinlin will be available in-game soon, and we will further enhance the in-game combat experience for more satisfying gameplay. It's already satisfying. We will be giving out Radiant Tides 10 of them, and a free custom 5-star Standard Resonator voucher as a token of gratitude. Bro, this game hasn't been out for a week. This is the second guaranteed 5-star, and I think this one's going to be off rip no matter what. Plus another 10 polls. They are killing it. Not are they only killing it because they're so rewarding and so giving, but the game is just solid. What was the main criticism? And I agree with this criticism, which we'll talk about in my review of the game, is the game starts slow in the fact that the story is just not interesting in the first 2 hours. The story is not interesting. I genuinely don't believe it is good. And so what happens? You're kind of just doing clicking simulator. You can skip some cutscenes, but you can't really skip a big portion of it, right? So they're addressing that immediately, saying they will be able to skip, and then they're giving you a free 5-star for all the bugs. Bro, they're killing it. They're killing it. Right now, in my eyes, they're the best gacha game. And it's not because of the rewards. They could have made this post and said nothing about rewards and just talk about general feedback. They've been listening to the community. That is all the gacha community wants, is for a developer to listen. And that is what they're doing, bro. They're listening, and it's going great, man. It's going insane. Now here's the deal. I'm pulling up this other graphic. Who should you be choosing from this 5-star selector? Let's break this down for you as well, because the game's only been out for a few days. My personal opinion, depending on who you have already, I would prioritize Kuro if you're going for Yinlin. If you're not going for Yinlin, or if you do not have a DPS, go for a DPS. Go for Kuro, go for Ling Yang, or go for Encore. Ling Yang is actually viable now. You might not like his gameplay because it is very combo heavy and involves being in the air a lot. Encore is still a very good DPS, and Kuro is my personal favorite DPS in the game so far. He's really, really good. The only downside is for the Claymore users, there really isn't a lot of good weapons for them to choose from. Just keep that in mind. The best Claymore that's available is the Gion one. And even then, it's good, but the other ones are kind of mid in comparison. So I'm not going to lie to you. That is the only kind of downside if you do pick him. But the weapon doesn't matter as much. You really just need a little bit of a stat stick. If you do have a DPS, go for Verena. Verena 100%. The reason why I'm saying don't go for Verena off rip is because you do need a DPS character. And the Rover and Yang Yang, could they operate as DPSs? They could, but it's really not optimal. You do want someone to be a main DPS dealer. But if you do have them, Verena is just overall the best buffer, the best healer in the game. Intro, outro skills give ungodly amount of buffing. Her healing is second to none. She is just overall a massive unit, and she can fit with any team comp possible. You have Gion, you're running more Teffy with him. Who do you need your third? Verena. You have Yinlin, you have Kuro, who's the third? Verena. You're running Rover and Donjin, who are you going to throw? Verena. Verena fits in every single spot. They're the biggest flex character in this game. If you do have Verena, you could go Janjin. I'm mispronouncing the name. I'm stupid. They're valid too. Apparently, when they do their little, what I'm saying? They do have some sort of interruption resistance, and it does do damage to the enemies in this area that they're doing it. I haven't done full testing with her yet, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you she's a great goated unit. I don't know enough about her yet, but she's not a bad option either. So DPS, my opinion, go Calchero, especially if you're going for Yinlin. If you have a DPS already, go for Verena. If you have both of them already, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would personally go with her just for her ult being CC. I think her CC ult is gonna really help a lot later on in the BIS. But you really can't go wrong with any of these five. So, Kuro Games is absolutely killing it, man. I have nothing but positive things to say, man. I really don't. Like this coming out after the debacle of the Genshin Endgame that just happened like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. I mean, bro, like it's insane. But let me know what you think and who you're gonna be choosing. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in the next.